And welcome back to Bitcoin Advisors channel. My name is Chris, bringing it to you from Westlake Village, California. We got a little rain, a little sunshine, a little bit of Bitcoin price action, running it up to the upside here. And what was the giveaway? I will tell you yesterday, it was the 4-hour time frame. We put in a higher low by confirming above this wick yesterday. Would have been a great invalidation point. If you were looking to take the short side of the trade, I have to say I'm admittedly, well, it's not confirmed yet, admittedly wrong, but you can't get it right every single time. So here's how we'd call this a big fat bull trap, and I will give you the cards away on this one, and that would be closing back below the 618 at 27,500. Any kind of a 4-hour closure back below that level, and I would call this a bull trap, and probably going. And I still do think likely to test down before. Well, maybe not before we test a bit up from here, but let's take a look at what a closure above this level would give us the next target. Any kind of a daily closure back above 28,684, and I would be looking for a run at 29,893. Call it $30,000. Additionally, let's take a look at the 5-day time frame. 5-day time frame. Did get the tick below there, and we're looking for a little bit more downside. But what happened last night, China's central bank, the PBOC, has injected a significant amount of liquidity in the market since March 21st to the 29th. The central bank injected more than $850 billion of net liquidity in the financial system. That includes CNY $352 billion, and then another $500 billion, it looks like, by lowering the required reserve ratio, which took effect on the 27th. So why are the Chinese doing this? They're in a bit of a recession. They're coming off COVID zero, and they're opening back up. They want to bolster their economy. TED Talks Macro actually put in a nice little article here. He talked about kind of the macro themes for 2023. Risk on shift. Expected the Fed to reduce the pace of hikes to 25 basis points as soon as February. I guess it took until March for that to happen. And the Bitcoin halving cycle, we know that's coming up. China reopening. Inflation has peaked, and the Bank of Japan turned hawkish, which alternatively, raised the Japanese yen, and then you got the U.S. The potential of a U.S. soft landing due to unprecedented tightening of monetary policy, so raising rates, lowering their balance sheet, and then we got the precious metals bull market. Gold showing himself strong, up at 1965 today. And silver, which I would suspect to be the gainer behind gold. The rule of thumb is silver follows gold, but with more gains. Let's check in on the US dollar, which has just been absolutely getting obliterated. Momentum will cross to the downside in 2 days below 103.62. And volatility does look like it is increasing. And as the dollar goes down, risk assets tend to go up. Also, over the past couple of days, the dollar has been, absolutely getting shafted, and Bitcoin's kind of been holding its own, still holding the daily range, which I will throw that back up here. And, we got a slew of higher highs and potentially a higher low today confirmed, really with any kind of a closure above 27,500. And yeah, that is kind of the line in the sand, this area right here. As soon as we start to close below there on the daily time frame, very, very likely things do roll over. today to save, and we did say this yesterday, we're giving it another couple of days for the bears to take control, but anytime the stochastic kind of gets below this line pointed down, if we do not close up today above 28,394, which currently we are just below there, momentum will remain to the downside. Also note, volatility is getting a complete reset. And when you do get volatility expansion off of, a low level like this, the result can be fairly nice. The last expansion, the last expansive move, got a little upside and a little downside, but this was a 17% rally. So yeah, typically somewhere around 15 to 20%. If we do get expansion from these levels right here, where does 15 to 20% higher take us? 17% would take us up to 31,644. Let's check out the CMEs and what volatility is doing. So giving a bit of a inverse, and this is what tells me that this rally could be a bit of a pump and dump. Everybody getting short and people just getting liquidated up in this region. And what else did I want to take a look at here? And I guess I'm going to have to get rid of this box of peace and prosperity and death and despair there. But yeah, several closures above the historical range. The 50% of historical range gains and declining volatility. Technically, we should be looking for a downside move here. And that is as long as I would say we don't take out the wicks on any kind of a closure above 29,000 today, you will very likely see that downside move we were suspecting yesterday. Momentum remained to the downside below 27,559. So momentum is going to cross back up here today, it looks like, on CMEs. However, we're seeing volatility begin to wane. So telling us, hey, perhaps the end of this move, which began back here, is over. And is that 20%? I believe this is where expansion, we'll take it from this low. 32% gainer there, not bad. And notice the gap down here, which gaps like to get filled, as we did fill this little gap right here. And I would suspect at some point we come back and fill that gap. Checking out the crypto bubbles here today. We've got CFX on the run, Casper, another big one on the run, Algorand and Mask. And for the hexagons, up 17% today. Cardano's up 5%. Bitcoin up 4%. So I think that's the big one I want to check out is Casper. What's been going on with this thing right here? I wonder what the oldest exchange, I guess I'm going to check out Bybit and see what. Right to the moon as volatility is about to turn down. And where did we hit on the fibs here? So getting way, way above the 4236. Perhaps this move, the legs are over. I have no idea what caused this. And yeah, I would say we're getting to closer to the end, but it's hard to short a blue sky breakout if in fact this is what that is. I don't know if this is the oldest price history. Let's check out CoinMarketCap and just see what this beast of a coin is and what it does, at least. Mr. Caspa. So not in a blue sky breakout. So all-time data came back from the should have gotten in that pre-IPO back in July 2022. That would have been nice. But rallying to the moon right now, what does it look like on the daily? So daily lower high still. What exchanges is this of it? Well, let's see what it does. What does Casper do? It's a proof of work cryptocurrency which implements the Ghost DAG protocol, whatever that is. Unlike traditional blockchains, Ghost DAG does not orphan blocks created in parallel, rather allows them to coexist and orders them in consensus. The Casper blockchain is actually a block DAG. This generalization of Nakamoto consensus allows for secure operation while maintaining very high block rates, currently 1 block per second, aiming for 10 seconds, dreaming of 100, or that's maybe a tenth of a second or 100th of a second. Casper implementation includes a lot of cool features such as reachability to query. So sounds like a bit of foreign language to me, guys. I'm not on the crypto developer side of things. I'm on the technical side of things, and to me, looks like a bit of a blow off top. But you never want to short. Well, this isn't a blue sky breakout, as we've said. Let's see if there's another exchange with more history. Nope, can't find it today, guys. I think I'm going to wrap it up with that. I'll check in on just a few actually underlying market dynamics that are good to look at here. One being the funding rates. Let's sign in here. Funding rates are slightly positive, so it is costing you to go long. And this did not quite get down to our 0.1%, almost got there to 0.075. So that was an indicator that could have been giving away a bit of the inclination for that big bounce yesterday. What else did I want to point out here? So that's funding rates, the leverage ratio. Let's check in on that. If we want to see continuation on the bull run, we want to see the leverage ratio continuing to creep higher. And it is at the moment currently coming in. Well, leverage ratio is, this blue line down here. And then let's look at open interest. That's the one I wanted to see. Open interest is all the leverage positions on the board. And that is going to be denoted by the blue line. And open interest is ticking up. So that would be good for some extension. An extension of this rally as open interest goes up. You'd expect price to continue with the trend. And we are in a daily uptrend, a weekly uptrend. And what's the old saying? Don't fight the daily uptrend. Don't fight the daily uptrend. And clearly we've got a slew of higher highs. I would call this, I don't know, maybe you could call that a lower low, but this is now a higher high. So the weekly uptrend, again, higher high, higher low, and we had this higher low all the way back here. So weekly uptrend intact. And lastly, I'll throw up that Gaussian channel and just bring it up one more time. The Gaussian channel, which was seeming to be putting in a bit of a rejection yesterday. If we can close above this week, I do think we could get a free ride all the way up to 32,700. And that would be pretty sweet. Other than that, guys, I'm going to leave you off with that. That would be the main kind of upside target and area. I would be looking for a pullback on the first pass. Unless Joe Biden comes out and says, we're doing another $2 trillion stimulus. All right. Hope you guys have a blessed and highly favored day. I'll bring back some more TA tomorrow. Take care.